Hello friends, my name is Ivan Van Norman and this is a quick overview of Attack on Titan: The Last Stand. Now, Attack on Titan: The Last Stand is a one versus all press your luck dice allocation game from Cryptozoic and allows you and your friends to assume the roles of the well-known anime characters from the series in order to fight the devious titans seen in the show. Now, the goal? Protect the citizens of the last remaining human city before the titans destroy the tower or eat all of the citizens. Now in the game, one player will play as the Titan, and the rest will play the heroes. Now the game is completed over several rounds until either the heroes or the Titan is victorious. The single round is comprised of 7 steps, which we'll get to in a moment. Now the Titan wins by either A, destroying all the cannons on the tower, B, eating all of the citizens in the city, or C, killing one hero. Now players likewise can win by either completing the tactic eradication or neck slash while the Titan is in the audacious kill zone on his health chart. Because as we all know, you can only kill a Titan by either eradicating him or cutting the little slice on the back of his neck. Everyone in the anime knows that. Come on. Now in the beginning of the game, each player picks a character. I think I will choose Levi, because I like him broody, and receives 3 hearts in order to represent the total health of the character. They then take the character's stand E and places them in one of the beginning areas of the game, which is either at the foot of the Titan, level 0, or at one of the 2 levels of the tower, level 3 or level 5, respectively. The Titan player then picks his type of Titan. Let's stick with basic for the moment, and grab their pre-selected number of action cards that allow the Titan to do any number of terrible, devastating things to our heroes. Now, as I mentioned before, the game is made up of 7 steps in a round. Now, in the first phase, the Titan will select 2 of their action cards and place one face up, the obvious thing the Titan is going to do to you, and the second face down as a blind secret intent. Now, during the second phase, the heroes will roll all of their sets of dice. This includes all 5 of their colored dice, handing any that have a Titan face to the Titan player. Now, all heroes then get a chance to re-roll any of the remaining dice either as a single dice or all at once, as much as they want in a press your luck style push. Now, this can happen all at the same time, or it can jumble around from player to player to player, but all Titan faces must go to the Titan player. Now in step 3, the Titan player gets to use their Titan dice in order to activate 3 different abilities on their Titan card. Now the Titan player may activate the same ability multiple times as long as they have Titan dice to spend. Dice that are used are returned to their owner to be then re-rolled by the player after the Titan has done their actions in stage 4. Now keep in mind, if you're the Titan player and you choose not to use any Titan dice, they are not handed back to their players. So denial can just be as satisfying as crushing the hero underneath your foot, as my mother always used to say. Now, after the Titan has had their turn, we can start doing stuff with the player dice here in the 5th step. Now, this is the step where the magic really begins to happen. In the 5th step, action cards and tactics start to activate. So heroes collectively allocate required dice to either thwart the Titan's action cards or complete the tactic in play. So players have a choice. They can either resolve the visible, obvious action card, or they can hope that they will resolve the blind card instead. At the same time, they have to make sure they're achieving the needs of the tactic card in play. Right now, we have a rescue mission, which requires some attack dice, some movement dice, or generic tactic dice in order to complete. At the same time, they have a collapse card, which will require some dodge dice in order to get rid of, but what they don't know is there's even more dodge dice that they have to potentially roll in order to negate trample as well. That's a lot to keep track of, and no matter what, the Titan's gonna probably do something, so players just have to pick what they're comfortable having happen in the game. Now in the final step of the round, the hero players will use the remaining symbols on their dice in order to move to new locations, cause damage to the Titan, draw new tactic cards, or activate ones that have already been in play. Now the round ends when all players are given their dice back from wherever they may be. So let's talk about what these dice do. Now, the moving symbol allows players to move their standee down a level or up a level. Level 0 is to be considered the table, and the Titan is marked with 1 through 8 on their bodies. Now, because humans have a super cool omni-directional mobility gear, they can actually jump from the ground to the first floor of the tower, which is considered level 3, or from the first floor of the tower to the second level of the tower, which is considered level 5, by spending 1 of the movement dice. Heroes can occupy the same space, by the way. The fight dice just deals a damage to the Titan as long as you're on the Titan, making you 1 step closer to the coveted kill zone. Now, cannons do 2 damage, but require a player to be on the tower, either 3 or 5. The tactic symbols, as we talked about, can either activate tactic cards or can help cycle through the tactic deck in order to get the card that you want for the next round. Maybe that game-winning neck slash that's in there somewhere. Titan symbols, as we discussed, you give to the Titan players so they can do nasty things to you. Dodge dice, this can be used to negate damage that the Titan may deal by darting off, but it can only be used by the player who rolled them. So Miss Mikasa can't use her dodge dice in order to save Eren from being eaten. God, just kiss already. Finally, after all dice have been given back to their players, another round starts. Basically, repeat for continued fun, or until somebody dies. Now, a few last things to keep in mind before we sign off. Heroes can cancel Titan actions by using tactic symbols, so tactic symbols are pretty important in the game. Each player has a special ability that often allows you to use dice faces for other things. Players don't have to complete tactics, it's just really good when you do. Completing tactics cards usually involves 3 different criteria and usually involves being in different areas on the board. For example, rescue here requires an attack dice on level 7, a movement dice on level 0, and 2 generic tactic dice to be rolled by anybody in the game. Now, players win by either completing the tactic Eradication or Neck Slash while the Titan is in the audacious kill zone on his health chart. And honestly, that's it for Attack on Titan: The Last Stand. Truth be told, I love big bad games, and I really enjoy a good 4-on-1. If you choose to pick up this game, I hope I've managed to reduce your time in the rulebook. Until then, if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you'd like to see this game played live, you can always join us on twitch.tv/Geek and Sundry, where we roll dice. Oh God! Ah!